Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. In this how to play video I'm going to take a look at Ike's Rally Vally Paladin. Xixo also brought this deck to HET Oslo and did reasonably well with this one, even though he couldn't quite get to the top spots. But it's a pretty nice deck. It's as close to a Midrange Paladin as I have seen in a long time. And that's a nice change of pace from all those Silverhand Paladins and Murloc Paladins that are roaming the ladder. The deck itself is, once again, like all Paladin decks, based on abusing Call to Arms. And in this case also abusing Call to Arms to pull some dirty rats, so that you can get some 2/6 taunts out for cheap. The deck is not quite as aggressive as Murloc Paladin and Silverhand Paladin are, but it still has quite a lot of refills in it, because there's stuff like Stonehill Defender, which can give you some of those excellent Paladin taunt minions like additional copies of Tyrion or Sunkeeper Tarim. And there are minions in it such as Saronite Chain Gang, which can provide you with multiple bodies in a single turn. And there's of course val'anyr, which can really increase the value of your existing minions by giving them those buffs. Ideally, you get a val'anyr buff landing on a Saronite Chain Gang, so you have 2 val'anyr buffed minions on the board, so the opponent can't get rid of it with the silence anymore, and if both happen to die, you get val'anyr equipped and 1 val'anyr buffed minion in hand as well. Another great val'anyr target is the Argent Commander, which will then give you a lot of charge damage, together with the Divine Shield. The deck also includes a few buffs. There's 1 copy of Blessing of Kings and there's 2 Spikerid Steeds. And in addition to these, there's Linessa Sun Sorrow. So if you have played all of those buffs earlier, you end up having a 9/17 Linessa that when it dies gives you 2 2/6 taunt minions. The nice part about Linessa in this deck is that this deck has so many threats that the opponent can't silence them all, because the opponent wants to silence the val'anyr away. They want to silence the Spikerid Steed away. Then they would like to silence the Linessa away. And they might also want to sometimes silence the Lich King. So there's just too many things for the opponent to silence them all. So some of these things are going to survive. With Call to Arms giving you early game ability to really contest the board, there's Pyromancer Equality and there's Equality Consecration, so you have a number of board clears, these Control Paladin style board clears in this deck. So those enable you to get on with the game, and then in the mid game you can use Chain Gang, Fungal Mancer, you get to those Steeds, val'anyr, Linessa and Lich King, so then you can just put on a lot of threats on the board and get really aggressive. It's not really a Control Paladin build. There's no healing, there's no Death Knight, there's no Nesot. It lacks that really late end game value that a Control Paladin has, but it's striking a little bit later than Murloc and Silverhand Paladin do, so pretty much the definition of a mid-range deck. It's a fun deck to play, but it does have one really major weakness, and that weakness is Warlock. According to HS Replay statistics, this deck is able to beat Warlock maybe 1 game out of 3 or even 1 game out of 4. Very, very poor win rates against Warlock. My win rate against Warlock with this deck sucks a lot too. I actually played this deck facing a lot of Warlocks at the time and I lost almost all of those games. On the other hand, I also faced a bunch of Priest and Paladin and was much more successful in those matchups. So it's very meta dependent. Tread carefully, because if you're in a heavy Warlock meta you really don't want to be playing this. As for the mulligans, your basic mulligan with this deck, obviously you're looking for Call to Arms, that card is so busted. And then you can keep usually something like Bladed Beetle, Righteous Protector, to have a little bit of that early game. If you're facing Priest, you want to keep a Rallying Blade, because that can answer Clerics, Radiant Elementals, that kind of things. If you're facing a Hunter, you want to keep a Saronite Chain Gang. It's really good against Hunters early game, getting you a couple of taunt minions on the board. And if you're facing other Paladins, you want to keep Consecration, because that's a good card to deal with the boards of Murloc Paladin and Silverhand Paladin. As always, I've prepared a bunch of gameplay material of this deck for you, and if you enjoy this content then please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more. Now let's go take a look at the Rally Vally Paladin in action for some Midrange Paladin games. Maybe if I can find Call to Arms. Call to Arms, please? Yes, Call to Arms. I'm not on the coin. 2 Call to Arms is a bit overdoing it when you're not on the coin. I mean, I could use like something like a 1-drop or 2-drop or something like that. There is a puzzle mode in Eternal. There's no time limit though. At least I don't think there's a time limit. But in Eternal there are these puzzles that you can try to solve. They showcase various mechanics to you. It's pretty fun. Murlocs. And a Rockpool Hunter. Nice Rockpool Hunter, bro. If I Rallying Blade, that doesn't do much. I have to play these. Do I have to play the Pyromancer too? Then I give up on Pyromancer equality. But he has to kill the Pyromancer. I think I'd use it. Let's try this. That's a good Rallying Blade. That can kill the Pyromancer now. Keeps the others healthy. Alright. Then we play Call to Arms. Okay, we pull 1 rat. Nice. So on the board he can't kill the Pyromancer. But if he has a Knife Juggler or something, he might be able to do it. I would like to play another Call to Arms next turn, which means that the Pyromancer deals 1 damage to everything. Which is not quite ideal. So the correct sequence, if he doesn't have anything good in hand, is to this one trades here, weapon trades here, this one and this one trade here, so this one stays at 2 health. So Call to Arms, playing a spell with Pyromancer doesn't kill it. But if he has something else from hand, then that might change. Okay, now he can actually kill the Pyromancer. Feels bad, man. That's 73 Murloc. Do I need to kill it with the Rallying Blade this turn? Before he can give it Divine Shield or something. The alternative is to play Call to Arms and it will pull Rat, Beetle, Loot Horde maybe. Hope something survives that I can then steed, but he can also have Silence. None of them kill the 7-3 anyway. I think I'm going with the Rallying Blade to kill the 7-3 Murloc now. Let's take that out of the equation. Next turn I can play Call to Arms Hero Power. Then I can Steed and then Linessa. Something like that. The alternative was to Call to Arms that turn. I would probably have a Steed target, then I could Steed and then I could Linessa on 7. He probably still wants to trade in the 1-1. Oh, he has a Righteous Protector in hand too. That was pretty good. So is the Consecration though. Consecration is probably too good to not use here. Yeah, he has a white board of Murlocs. He has cards that he has been holding on for a long time. I mean, I just have to consecrate that board. I just can't leave it up. Because he could have Tarim there, he could have Gentle Megasaur. Those are too scary. I have the option to Steed this, but he probably has a Silence in that deck. How would I do that? Bitatite Hydra. Now that's interesting. Oh, and I pulled the Rat, so... Well, Loot Horde and 2 Beetles are coming out of there. It's still fine, right? And then I can still Rat. Bitatite Hydra is pretty interesting. He could have silence. But then I'll have the steed. That wasn't a silence. And I don't want to kill off any of my minions in case of Tyrion or something like that. Let's see. So another 3 emotes on top of what you already have. But not being a partner means that I can't do that. Feels bad, man. Okay, that's pretty cool. Then he takes a value trade with the 1/3 Murloc 2. I think that's going to be necessary. I think that's going to be necessary. Bidata Hydra is just so scary. Then I can steed here. Kill the biggest Murloc. And now he needs to top deck silence. Because if he doesn't top deck silence... Yeah, I don't care about the War Leader. I don't care about the War Leader at all. He needed silence. We're going into the val'anyr, right? Yeah, val'anyr kills the War Leader. Back in hero power. Alright, alright. But he has 2 copies of silence in that deck, almost certainly. So that's going to be a big problem with Linessa, especially if Linessa also has the val'anyr buff. I almost would not want Linessa to have the val'anyr buff. Can I please draw a minion? I can draw a minion. Then I can play the Linessa first. Because I didn't want Linessa to have the val'anyr buff. That would make everything too weak to silence. Tyrion is not my first choice, but... Getting those buffs on. He still has 2 Megasaurs in the deck. Let's see what the Lich King can do. Doom Pact is not quite the card I needed right here. I mean, now even if he top decks Silence, that doesn't do much. But if he top decks Divine Favor, that's a lot better. Let's see, but we're threatening lethal here, so he has to figure out something. War Leader is not enough. 8 + 9 is comfortably more than 14. Yay! We win a game. Nice. I think I really need the Call to Arms. I mean, Rallying Blade is a good card, but I really need the Call to Arms. I need that one much more. Let's see what we can do here. Divine Shields here, Divine Shields there. I have to take away the Divine Shield, because he can have Coin Rallying Blade, and then he would be able to trade here, and still have a 2/2 left over. So this is a dude Paladin, but I have double Consecration in this deck. Next turn is Blessing of Kings on the Survivor. But he can coin Call to Arms now. And if he gets a Knife Juggler early and it kills this one, then that's a problem. I guess that Righteous Protector is also kind of a problem. If I consecrate already... Oh, that's such a weak play. Because he has so many refills remaining. But I have Pyromancer Blessing of Kings on 6. That deals 1 damage to everything. So I think Consecration is probably the right play. And because I have no Silverhand Recruit synergies, I want to save the Beetle. Ouch. Painful when they have all these good cards. That's a good card for me though. And I want to take away the Divine Shield. Next turn I have the option to play Pyromancer Blessing of Kings to deal 1 damage to everything. So if he plays something like Stand Against Darkness here, I am perfectly in position to respond. But I can't kill the Crystal Lion. Well, it's still Pyromancer Blessing of Kings. I can actually kill the Crystal Lion, of course. I'll be weak to another Knife Juggler. That's acceptable. This is the line we're taking. I can trade away the Crystal Lion. Everything has 1 health, but 1 Knife Juggler has already been spent. So the probability of another Knife Juggler coming now is small. Then I have stuff like Tyrion if he doesn't completely fill the board. I could also just play a Rallying Blade. Will remain weak to Knife Juggler, but he clearly did not have a Knife Juggler in hand. I think I'll go with Rallying Blade and more minions. Push some face damage here with these. He clearly didn't have Knife Juggler. He has spent both Righteous Protectors. He can't do any good things with level up yet. He could have a Stegodon, and if that gives Taunt... Now he's just dead. Yay! We win a game. And we can actually mulligan the most expensive cards away, so we're guaranteed not to draw them immediately. This is looking so much better. No Call to Arms, but I can play on curve at least. He kept 1 card, so that could be like a Call to Arms. Have to deny the Divine Shield obviously here, because if I let him keep the Divine Shield, then that's really bad with Rallying Blade. He can still coin Rallying Blade and trade away the entire board. It's still not a bad play if he doesn't have Call to Arms.
That was a mistake.
Now I don't know what is going on. So probably Redemption. There's not much I can do about Redemption. I might just have to hit this 3 times if it's Redemption. Could be a Getaway Kodo. I think this is optimal. It is Redemption. And that's fine. I can use the Rallying Blade and kill that. Which leaves a 2-2 against the 2-2 on the board. So he could have the Codelight Seer. I have a Rallying Blade, so I can kill a War Leader, so he can't play a War Leader now. If I didn't attack into that at all, then, well, at some point I would probably have to deal with it anyway. Running Stonehill Defender in Murloc Paladin. Is this even a Murloc Paladin? Oh, that's getting interesting. Now Dirty Red is even scarier to play because he could have Tyrion in hand. Or it could be a Tyrion that I would really want to pull away. So many questions. Beginning to doubt whether this is even Murloc Paladin because he's running Stonehill Defender. I'm not sure. Let's play the chain and get a couple of minions out there. Looks like OTK spent his coin. I mean, yeah, it could be, but why did he do any of the things he did if he's OTK? Because that's not how any of this works. It has to be OTK, right? It just has to. So we can still have multiple nice things. I think I do it like this. Because now with the Pyromancer on the board, if he plays a spell, these two die. So he will of course trade them in then. He could play Consecration, trade these over here. Okay. I guess that kind of works. Yeah, it kind of works. Fine, fine. You get the minion. I kill off the Pyromancer to play around some equality shenanigans and not give him a steed target. But he can probably get a steed target for next turn. Cairn? Really? Oh, that's a surprise. I didn't get steed the Cairn. I don't even have silence in this deck, so what can I even do? I can have the buff land on the Argent Commander and then I can just use that to kill the Cairn. No, that's not how it went. I guess I'll just play the Beetle then. He could have a silence in that deck. So if he has silence, he gets rid of the val'anyr. That's a pretty high priority. But not all of these decks run silence. Now it looks like a Mammoth Paladin to me.
Mind if I roll need?
Reporting for duty.
Yeah, looks like a Mammoth Paladin. So what I would like to do is pull the Mammoth. If I play the Lich King, he can kill it on board. I want to pull the Mammoth eventually so that he can't play that. Do I just play the Lich King? He kills it on board though, which sucks a little bit. I don't have a lot of better things to do. I guess I'll play the Lich King. You will always kill the Lich King. Maybe with the board, maybe with something else, maybe using a Spike with Steed. Steed is quite likely, but I had no real way to play around Steed anyway. Actually not using Steed. Alright. Well, this doesn't save that many resources. I guess it allows him to push a little bit of damage, but taking that damage is not fun. He might have too much damage. Oh, we hit there, so I get the val'anyr back. I think I need to use the Argent Commander. Argent Commander will kill that one. I'll kill this one. I can play Loot Hoarder to draw more cards. So he only has 6 on board. It's not so bad.
That belongs in a museum.
Okay. Well, that's a little bit annoying. Oh, that's much better. Why would you first destroy val'anyr and then pull it when you don't have enough mana to silence? Now I have no idea what he's doing. Now I can obliterate the Harrison Jones and take 1 damage. Well, I can't pull the Nesot anymore. So that's of course a downside. Yeah, I'm obliterating the Harrison Jones and taking 1 damage. That sounds like a plan. I probably want to draw a card too. And then I can still hero power and steed. And well, val'anyr is going phase in this situation. 11 cards left, I have 16 cards left, but he has the Nezoth. Well, I have Equality and I have Pyromancer, but will I have enough time to find them? That's a question. Haven't found Call to Arms or anything. This doesn't look very strong either. I can take value trade here before playing Tarim, but this will force the Tarim though. Right, it will force the Tarim. I think it will. So value trade there. Then hero power. Tarim. And then kill the Light Lord. And Fungal Mancer gets the buff. Okay. I mean, well, he hasn't found Tyrion yet. But sooner or later Tyrion will come.
Reporting for duty.
Control Paladin mirror. Well, I'm not playing Control Paladin. So it can't quite be a mirror. He hasn't found any steeds yet. That's pretty interesting. That card could be a Nesot. It has been in his hand the entire time. He has another Equality left too, so there's that. I could trade. Trade, if I want to be trading. Yeah, this is the Ike's Rally Valley Paladin, the version that Xixo had at HET Oslo. I want to get that val'anyr going. That's just the thing here.
Reporting for duty.
I need to play around Equality at least a little bit. But I guess that one can go face. I haven't seen Equality, I haven't seen Consecration, so there could be Equality Consecration even. But that would give me the val'anyr back.
Your magic shall not.
Oh no, he found a silence. val'anyr is gone. Feels bad, man. val'anyr is dead. Long live val'anyr. Time to pick up Tarim or something. No, these are not the cards I seek. This is so not it. So I need to trade there. This one still has to go face. He hasn't found Tyrion yet, but sooner or later he will find Tyrion. It was really bad for me to whiff from the Stonehill Defender. That could be a Nesot. Okay, he had to play Nesot before finding Tyrion. That was good. That was very, very good. I haven't seen a single Consecration from him either. There's still Tyrion coming. How do I deal with that? I mean, if I play Equality Consecration... I haven't found a single Call to Arms yet. I probably have to go with the Equality Consecration. He could have a consecration in return, killing all of my minions. He could finally find his Tyrion, which is also 15 damage from the Ashbringer, if I could even kill the Tyrion in the first place. And I mean, Tyrion has to be found soon. He has Pyromancer, he has Equality, he has double consecration left. I think he's got this. It just looks really unlikely for me to be able to deal with all of that.
Reporting for duty.
And I really can't Dirty Rat now, because if I pull Tyrion, then that's a disaster. Yeah, once Tyrion comes down, it will be a lot of trouble. He still has an Equality left too. Oh dear. If he doesn't whiff the Stonehill Defender as I whiffed the Stonehill Defender, if he doesn't, that's a huge problem too. I didn't get anything good from it. I still have another one in the deck, of course, so it's not bad.
Reporting for duty.
I mean, I could kill it now. Then I will have the 2/6 left. I think I have to kill it before he plays something like a Spike Ridge Steed on it. But looking very, very bad. Call to Arms pulls Pyromancers and a Protector. Linessa. He already spent a Silence. Now he found a Spike Ridge Steed, right? Yeah, that's a Steed, alright. Steed and Consecration would be really, really sweet. Oh, it's Equality into Steed. That works too. Okay, I need something like a Linessa top deck here. What can that card be? I mean, it could be Tyrion. Oh, Stonehill Defender, that's a good one. Come on, don't whiff again. Whiffs again! Why? Why, Stonehill Defender, why? Why do you keep doing this to me?
Reporting for duty.
He has a Pyromancer left. Want to hit a 1 health minion over there. Because Pyromancer might be able to come down and deal some minor damage. He has Tyrion left. So it's Rallying Blade, Peacekeeper, Pyromancer, Tyrion. Right? And Steed. Yeah. Yep, that's the second Steed. Or maybe he runs Linessa instead of Tyrion. Who knows? Not looking too promising.
Reporting for duty. To battle.
2 cards left. I have 8 cards. He finally found his Tyrion. He found the Steeds, he found Tyrion. Now I have to top deck the Linessa. Right. Call to Arms pulls 2 Pyromancers. Then I can top deck Equality next turn. But I'm still dead because he has so much stuff there. Yeah, this is not good. That's the only play that doesn't kill me already on this turn.
Reporting for duty. I'm almost out of
But
cards.
what he has Call to Arms left. Yeah, I don't think I can win. Linessa top deck. Linessa has double Steed. Maybe. He can push 6 to face this turn. If he leaves the Pyromancers up. He risks equality, but then he will get the Ashbringer. And there is a sequence of cards, potentially. It's equality into Linessa. That could win. It's a very specific sequence of cards, but... Nah, he trades the Pyromancer, so equality can't win. Hi, geezer. But there is Linessa. So I get that double steed going.
This dungeon reeks of magic.
So it's a 917. He has 9 plus 6. He has 16 on board. Do I need the equality? I could kill the Tyrion. That will give him the Ashbringer. Then he will have 6, 7, 7 plus 5, 12. Hi, Dudemit. Yeah, my day is fine. Yeah, I think I'm killing the Tyrion here. I'm also killing one of those. So now I'm down to 7. He has 6 on board. 5 from the Ashbringer. He has already spent a silence. He has Call to Arms left. Is it Call to Arms and... I win! I can't be that greedy. I have to keep the Rallying Blade. It could even be a zoo. Rat game. Yeah. Maybe I have played them at the wrong time, but I for sure know that they have always bought the wrong minions. Even when the opponent has had multiple in hand. So... make of that what you will. That's a Control Warlock. And he kept 2 cards and neither of them was the Librarian. I'm not going to play the Rat here. I don't think that Rat will do me a lot of good. He wants to hit face. Interesting fellow. I think I want to kill that one now. And then hit face with this. I should kind of be the aggressor, but I haven't really been one. And then if I play something like a Chain Gang, he can just hellfire the board. He has drawn a lot of cards already.
The end is coming!
There's that. I could Rat, but what can I even hope to pull? I mean, I have the option to coin the Fungalmancer. Then I have exactly enough damage to kill the Doomsayer. Should he be the aggressor? Against Control Warlock, yes, absolutely I should be the aggressor. Experience from Rat. That's risky, that's really risky. I can kill the Doomsayer. Fine, we go with the Rat. We draw nothing. We just helped him. Yeah. Geezer, you don't run DK. This is not a Control Paladin, Geezer. Because we're not even playing Control. We're playing a completely different archetype. Yeah, so the Rat was probably a wrong move. But hey, we do that all the time here. That's kind of how we roll.
Yes. Oh yes. They'll serve me.
There's the Lachian Pact. Fools of Void Lord. And I can buff this to 8 attack. I can attack this one in now. I can play the Righteous Protector.
The light dims.
And then I can play the Fungal Mancer, which enables me to kill the Void Lord. But he should still have a pretty easy board clear from here. Well, this deck just can't beat Warlock. That's pretty much what has been happening. But I guess this deck is not decked to beat Warlock at all, because this is a tournament deck. It probably has to be a Warlock ban with this deck originally. Because this deck is so bad against Warlock right now. Now we do this little nifty move. Kill off that seal and push 5 to face, but come on, pushing 5 to face is completely insignificant at this point. He can just play Void Lord from hand even, if he wants to. The only AoE he has spent has been a Defile. Well, I have beaten most of the priests that I have faced. And it has been pretty good against Paladin too. I'm currently considering whether I should just concede at this point, but I think we'll try a little bit more. If I play the Saran Chain Gang, all it takes is a Hellfire, so I don't think I want to do that. He hasn't used any Hellfires or anything like that, so that just seems too weak. On the other hand, I don't know if I have any outs anyway. 2 Void Lords dead. That's 1 good Gul'dan. That's 1 good Nezoth. Do you have a list of your dude Paladin? Yeah, it's on my YouTube. No, I don't have it in hand right here. Maybe I should have just conceded already. I would have to draw equality, but I would have to also kill some Void Lords. He managed to get 2 Void Lords. There was a chance that he only gets 1. There was actually a chance that he doesn't get any, because there were 7 non-Void Lord minions in the pool, but obviously that was unlikely. Yeah, I guess concede is the play here. Use the Pyromancer up. Okay. Well, I guess concede is the play here. If you happen to face that class on the ladder, well, too bad. That's not the environment the deck is meant for. I'll still give it a try, but... Actually, I was able to win 1 Warlock, by the way. That was Zoo. I faced 1 Zoo and I beat that, by the way. I can beat Warlock, I just can't beat Control Warlock with this deck. But Zoo was just fine. It crumbled completely. I think I'll give this a try. Because I have the Rallying Blade for next turn, so I can turn these into 2/2s with Divine Shield. He can't kill them with a Defile now unless he has the Librarian and he coins that out. Yes, this is satisfactory. Let's see if I can somehow raise this Warlock. But if I pull a Loot Hoarder from Call to Arms, then there is a Defile board. He's been holding on to that coin too, so in just a couple of turns he can do nasty things. Oh, that's bad too. Really bad. Because then he gets even more taunts. Let's see what the Call to Arms brings. Well, he might not have a Defile, So I do this play which plays around Hellfire a little bit. Legion usage stream in Finnish Sunday. Why? I have no Finnish viewers. Oh, might have a couple, but very few Finnish viewers. Looks like I can't push enough damage.
Trust me.
Just can't. I don't want to dirty rat. Now simple Hellfire will do wonders. Yeah, I think this game is lost now. I didn't push enough damage in the first 5 turns. He still has the coin too, so he can even play Lackey Coin Dark Pact. I'm expecting that Lackey Coin Dark Pact here. That didn't come yet. Well, that's some good news. I can still push another 1 point of damage here. Seems perfectly legit. Got that one, push 1 point of damage. So he doesn't have Lackey and Dark Pact. Why is he holding on the coin? Maybe he has both Voidlords in hand and he wants to coin Voidlord on 8. Which would be suicidal if I had Silence in the deck, but I don't. So yeah, without Silence this just cannot beat. Cannot beat Control Warlock. That's a lot of health. I have played 1 steed. Is it too early to Linessa still? No, I need to Linessa. What if he has a Twisting Nether? I Linessa, I Lich King. I still need to play the Linessa now. Even though I only get a Spike with Steed on it. Twisting Nether doesn't really solve much here, but he can play Twisting Nether very easily next turn, and his health total is not under any pressure yet. So that's not a problem. So that's a Silence, right? No, Siphon Soul. Okay.
Side effects? No.
And he can still Twisting Nether next turn. Ooh, val'anyr is good. val'anyr is really good. So do I hit here? Do I trade away the Mistress? Or do I double hit there? I actually try to optimize the amount of damage that goes face. So let's just hit face as much as I can. But now he's going to coin the Void Lord. There's no other reason for him to hold on to that coin for so long, right? It is risky if I had Silence, but unbeknownst to him I don't. He hasn't dealt any damage to himself yet, so he doesn't have a 5 damage spell stone. Here comes the coin Void Lord. Yeah, I expected that. Blessing of Kings. Not bad. I could play Blessing of Kings. I just really hope I don't hit Rat with the val'anyr buff. Yeah, I'm not getting through yet. That's Blessing of Kings there. Trade that fellow away. Kill one of these as well. Hit one of those and hero power. I just try to make the threat so that he would not get a really good Twisting Nether. I'm not sure if that's enough. Something like Defile Hellfire. He's only spent 1 Defile. Hellfire Spellstone. Also pretty good. So it's a Hellfire Spellstone, right? Yeah. I figured as much. He's back to 28 health. I mean, it's turn 9. I have been pushing damage all the time as much as I can. And my opponent is at comfortable 26 health. Feels bad, man. Ooh, Death Grip might be okay. This might force something like a Twisting Nether. Obviously Silence on the Lich King would be really good, because then he can get rid of val'anyr. But I was able to force the Twisting Nether. Oh, the ooze. So I play Pyromancer, Death Grip Steed, kills the ooze, steals a minion. I have to play the Pyromancer out there because I just really have to get the val'anyr back in action. Let's steal a minion from his deck. Did I steal his silence? Well, that's good. Now he cannot silence val'anyr, and I can silence a Void Lord. But he could have Gul'dan. Well, that's not Gul'dan, but it's still pretty good. That's better than a Void Lord. Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, I could consecrate this board. Why the birdie over the 4-3 dude? Because it works with Defile. Does he have something worth ratting in his hand? Like on N'Zoth? Can he have another Void Lord there? That would be awkward. Wouldn't he have played a Void Lord if he had a Void Lord? It was the N'Zoth. I thought as much. Well, N'Zoth can trade away the Pyromancer, but now he can't revive the Void Lords with the N'Zoth anymore. So then he needs the Gul'dan. What is he doing? And why? I could make another 9/4. I think I need Sogot more, right? Yeah, 9/4 just isn't strong enough. Need to push face. Don't want the Serenite Chain Gang out there. No, this should be fine. Don't you want to silence the Rin? Why would I want to silence the Rin? Rin is insignificant in this matchup. It's not like he ever wins with burning my deck. I want to silence the Void Lord when it comes back. Because I want to deal damage to his face. I mean, you silence Rin with slow decks, you don't silence Rin with aggressive decks. Yes, give me my val'anyr back. Then what? Mr. Warlock. I mean, he still gets the Void Walkers from Gul'dan, so Gul'dan is still good. Oh, that's interesting. Very interesting. Okay, so we're hitting face some more here. A lot more. And we play a Sogot. He has already played a Twisting Nether. I mean, he can burn my deck soon, but how do you burn the deck when you're constantly being threatened? Well, he knew I have the silence. So I'm just a little bit off here. Just a tiny little bit off. Call to Arms draws just a Pyromancer. Not the time for that yet. It's time to silence this one. And hit more face. And play the 6/5 chain gangs, right? He might have another twisting nether. I still need to play the chain gang. Too bad I don't have any minions in hand. So, because there's a double val'anyr. So I would get a val'anyr buff on a minion. But now I can't get that. So what does he have? Double weapon, so good, yes. We actually beat the Control Warlock. Yes. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more.